Hey people, it's Kelly of Print Pray Slay, and I am so excited that I have been keeping up with this scripture writing plan. Oh, it feels really, really good. It really does. If you haven't watched the other videos, I have two videos on like why I made the scripture writing plan the way that it is, in which it is monthly and all the little bits that are included in it. And then I have another video showing how I collage the first spread. I did figure out that I am going to need two spreads. I figured I would. And that is why there's a lot of stuff inside of the kit. And so I was just excited that I could just come on here and do a whole new spread. This little bucket here is from the Dollar Tree, and it has all of my little just extra stuff, like just things like tags from clothes, little bags from different stores, art from my kids, just everything. Okay. So I just was rummaging through it to see if I can find anything just to add something extra to this new spread that I didn't have in the first spread. So I ended up pulling out some foil from some chocolate, my favorite chocolate, Ghirardelli, and then I think that is like a paint swatch. I think it's from Lowe's. In which you know, those little things where you go and they're free and you can see like what paint you would like. So I grabbed gray because that's like a key color in this particular kit. So I used the leftovers from the first spread. It was a lot left. So I had enough. I definitely had enough. I didn't have to go add anything from paper pack. I didn't have to reprint anything. I just used what was left over from what I didn't use the first time I collaged the first spread using this same kit. I wanted to use as much as possible, like almost all of it. And like that was the goal, and I got really close to it. I did have a little bit left over, but the parts that I had left over, I figured if I were doing when I do a collage the next time, I can use those then, because they're kind of, you know, neutral colors. I think I had like a lot of the like blue or the white or the brown left over. Some of the other colors are a little bit more focused on this particular kit. So I wanted to make sure I use them at this time. I did something different where I just slapped the scriptures right in the middle of the page. And I like how it turned out. I do layer it quite a bit over there, and then I end up putting a doll on top. So I like how it turned out. I like that it was a whole cluster of a whole bunch of different patterns over there, and I loved how the doll looked. I decided to use a doll on each page. You definitely do not need to do this. It was just what I wanted to do since I had so many printed. You can use them in other spreads. You probably will see this doll in other spreads from me as well, since there were like maybe like 8 on the page, and they're in different skin tones. So you can definitely use them and have a different look. I decided to have a piece of paper like connecting the papers, like the spread. And I really like how that turned out as well. It was like I was trying to line it up, and I was like, please line up properly. I would hate to, you know, mess this up on this part. So the way it turned out, I think I did good. I mean, I think I did good. You can let me know what you think when you see how it all turns out. But I think I did well on it. I wanted to explain what I really like about the collaging. If you haven't heard me say this before, I love that it provides this freedom, like this freedom for me to just go in and just rip a whole bunch of paper up, and it looked different and unique each time. Like, even though we all have the same paper, however you rip your paper is going to be unique to the way yours is going to look. Even if you try to duplicate the style that I have here, which is the best part. I can't wait to see how people use them. I've already saw quite a few people send me pictures, people tag me, and it's just really neat to see how somebody else's collage turned out, considering that we're using like the same papers. I wanted to make sure I used a lot more of the word art in this particular spread. So I do end up using all of them, like all of them. Like I'm getting real creative in here on how I'm going to do this, but it ends up working out, and I'm really, really, really loving how the end part looks. And I wanted to touch bases on like what's included. So there are scriptures based around the theme of new, and becoming like this new being in the eyes of God after being saved. And so that's what the study is about for January. And this that newness kind of gives you that boost of restart. It's like we always want to restart in the beginning of the year. It's like now is the time for me to start this new activity, or build this new talent, or start working out and work on this new body that I'm going after, or these new goals. And it's really exciting to like start anew. And that's something that maybe we lose sight of because we no longer feel as new, especially if you have been a Christian for quite some time. Maybe you don't feel like, the newness of the fire that you had when you first get saved, and you're like, I'm going out and I'm buying all the concordances. I'm getting different kind of Bibles. I'm getting the best highlighters, and you're just really, really on fire for God because everything is like so new. I love that feeling. It's kind of like any other relationship, but it's on a whole nother level. Like when you first fall in love and everything's new, and you're like, I want to talk to that person all the time. I want to be around them. I think about them all day. It's like that kind of feeling towards growing your faith and having that relationship with God is amazing. So to like get back there, it would be awesome. Right now, since it's happening, this is my first time using this foil. And it was nice and crinkly, which I loved. And then when I put the glue on there and smoothed it out, I kind of smoothed it out. So all my cute little like texture that I wanted became kind of flat. And I had to just accept it. Like it was no way I was going to get it back wrinkly. And I honestly don't think it would have stayed on without me smoothing out the glue. I'm just now noticing like the NEW in my new sticker is clear. So you are going to see all of the pattern through the N, the E, and the W. And that was perfectly fine with me. I mean, I had to accept it anyway, right? I struggle with these dots. It's honestly looking like, since this video is sped up, like I did that in no time. Please know that took me a smooth couple of minutes to figure out how to put them there, what to do. And now I'm trying to like figure out what I'm doing with this oh my goodness, what is it called? I mean, I know it's a bag. I can clearly see it's a bag. It's like a certain material. It's like a sandwich type material. Am I hungry? That's why I'm thinking about sandwiches. Either way, cellophane? No, I don't know. It's like a frost type of bag. I don't even know where it came from, but I knew that I was going to use it in my collaging. So here I am doing that, and I put on there a scripture, well, a phrase pulled out of a scripture about a song of praise to the Lord. And I ended up writing on it. You're not going to see this, but I mean, I can tell you now, so I've already written on it, about this Martha Munizzi song called Renew Me. It is awesome. I listened to it a long time ago. It came out when I was in college. Back in back in the early 2000s. I was about to say early 200s. But back in the early 2000s, that song came out, and I had like her CD and everything. And that song I don't know how, but I found it on YouTube some kind of way. I wasn't looking for it. That's why I said some kind of way. I mean, you can find anything on YouTube. But I found it on YouTube, and I was crying all over again. And I love that song. Like, oh my goodness. Please listen to that song. It is called Renew Me, and it's just an awesome, beautiful song. I might make a kit out of it, like a praise and worship kit, since I have a ton of those. I might do that. But the paint swatch, I think is what you can call it, turned out really neat. Like I really liked it. I had to take a part off of it so that it would fit in the bag, because I thought about cutting the flap off. of the bag and then having all three. But I thought it would look best if I can like close the bag, like make it look actually like a bag. So that worked out nice. And I love how I printed the word art on clear sticker paper and how it's like layering over the pattern paper. That's working out good. Some of them, when they overlap, you kind of can't see it on camera, but I can. Like that one, the one at the top. I can see it in person, but I mean on camera it's just, yeah, it doesn't translate as well. But for me in person, which is, you know, when it really really matters, it looks well. So this is me sticking out all of the word art because I'm trying to make sure I get them all used up. Again, I printed them on clear sticker paper. I think that worked out best for me. I I feel like word art for me, I love being able to see the other pieces through it. I don't know if it's gonna bother me or not, but I don't know if you noticed, but that other sticker was printed. I mean, it was printed right, but I stuck it down crooked. But this is turning out good. I mean, it's collaging, so it doesn't need to be perfect. It can't be perfect. That's like the opposite of what it needs to be when you're considering that as a collage. But I love how it turned out. Please let me know what you think. I mean, you're about to see like the final product, and I will do a flip through once like everything is filled in, like all of my definitions, all of my prayers, all of my scripture writing. When everything is filled out, I will do a flip through for you to see for this particular month, and just, excuse me, explain like what I did. But you can check me out on Instagram as well to see how like the progress. Those videos are really easier to put in, like they're like, you know, a couple seconds. So please follow me on Instagram. It's at Print Pray Slay. Just trying to figure out how to punch this bag. I did figure it out, y'all, but it took a lot of prayer and measuring and a whole bunch, and it turned out like way better. I had to think about some things and measure and all of that, but I love how it turned out. I'm excited to start writing on here. It just makes you want to jump in. When you have a good page, it just makes you want to jump in and do your journaling and do your scripture writing and do your prayers and journaling and studying and all of that. So I'm hoping that this kit has been encouraging you. I've already started on the one for February, so be excited about that. Sign up for my newsletter so you can see when it's coming out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.